Welcome back to my channel, everybody. We're continuing our lessons today with the Cartomantic system of divination using the playing cards. So in our previous session, I went over the original author of this method and what you're going to need for the study of this course. I personally am working along in this course myself, learning and studying it as a new system, and am just as excited as you are about getting to know these interpretations of the cards a little bit more. What I love about the system is it's divided into 3 levels. Level 1 is titled For the Witch of Poor Memory, Level 2 for the Witch of Middling Memory, and Level 3 for the Witch of Exceptional Memory. Of course, you do not have to be a witch or a wizard to practice this form of divination. You can just pick up a deck of ordinary playing cards and you can get going straight away. I also encourage you to have a journal that you can write in and store your knowledge so that you can grow and develop in the system as you're learning. Alright, so today we're going to be beginning with the first stanzas of the poem, and then in the follow-up lessons, lesson 1.3 and 1.4, we will go a little deeper. So each lesson I'm kind of subdividing the sessions up and we can look at them bit by bit. So let me read the entire poem out loud to you, and then we'll spend time focusing on today on the colors of the cards, black and red. If you look specifically at your playing cards, what a beautiful, beautiful system here. And I'm actually going to make a video that describes the magic that lies within the system of playing card divination. Because itself, this system is a full calendar of the year and contains many, many secrets that not many people know about. If you observe the colors of the cards as we have them now, and this is more of what we call a French system of cards, clubs, hearts, spades, and diamonds, we have colors red, black, and white. These colors traditionally have been used throughout the world in many shamanic and ancient metaphysical traditions, including the Sangoma tradition Ubungoma of South Africa, which use the colors red, black, and white to signify many, many wonderful mysteries. The color red itself is a color of life, invigoration, vitality, daytime, and night, the color of darkness, of mystery, of secrecy, of quietness. I actually wrote some words here, and I'm going to encourage you to do this exercise yourself. This is an exercise that I got from Anna Cortez, who wrote the Playing Card Oracles, and she says, have a look at the color red. Find a nice bright red to look at. You can even Google images of red, or you can pick up a red card and make some notes about the feelings, thoughts, and associations that come to you about the color red. Some of the things I wrote when I first did that exercise was, let's pick up a really red card here. I got energy, life, blood, vibrance, masculine, hot, anger, rage, love, passion, fulfillment, day, sun, rush, dynamic, youth, clarity, spring, summer, culture, family, blood, legacy. So there were a lot of words and a lot more that I associated with this color red. The color black, find a card or find an image of the color black and look into it and write your thoughts, feelings, and associations. I wrote dullness, death, empty, feminine, quiet, hollow, cold, hopeless, helpless, scary, fear, void, rest, silence, moon, night, solitude, quietness, winter, autumn, stagnation, confusion, loss. So these were some of the feelings that were coming to me when I was looking at the color black. Why don't you go ahead and pause this video now and look at the color red. What I did was I actually Googled red and I looked at an image and I looked into it, good image of the color red, vibrant color red, and I got all the thoughts, feelings, and associations, and I wrote keywords down. And then the color black. Do the same. Pause this video and then Press play again when you're ready to continue. Alright, hopefully you did the exercise and you've written down in your journal some thoughts, feelings and associations of the colors red and black. There's mine. And I really enjoyed this because it was amazing to me how many thoughts, feelings and associations were coming up with these colors. So the colors of the cards are like yin and yang. And traditionally, yin and yang were represented as red and black. White could symbolize life, purity, the maiden, beginning, birth. Red, the mother, life, continuity, the sustaining energy of the universe. And black, death, the ending, and then precipitating to rebirth. So life, death, and rebirth are these three colors here. In the yogic tradition, they would be sattva, the white, rajas, the red, and tamas, the black. Those of you from a Christian background, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. These sacred trinities are represented by the three main colors inside the playing cards. So the poem begins as such. For the witch of poor memory, the firstmost rule is easily had. Red cards are good and black cards are bad. So let's have a look at that. When I looked at my wording associations with the cards, I realized that although I understand what the author is trying to say here, that red is not wholly good and black is not completely bad. Some of you can't say that night is worse than day or day is better than night. They just are what they are. They represent the balances and the polarities of life. So with these two cards, with these two colors, we're getting a feel for how the energy of a card reading can move using only color alone. For what I'm about to teach you now, we're going to use the weather analogy to really help. So many times in readings using playing cards, you will draw three cards out and read them in a sequence of cards from left to right. And the way in which the colors are laid out in that sequence has a little bit of importance actually for the reading, because we can see how the energy is progressing. Does it get from bad to better, or does it start good and end badly? All right, that's a very simple way of kind of explaining this. So the author of this system, she says, take three cards at random and place them in a row. And with the first card on the left, the second card in the middle, and the last card on the right. And you will get 8 different combinations of those three colors, which we'll find below. And that is explained by the first rule. Okay, so I want us to do this together. Get your journal and get your cards. Make sure that you have a few black and a few red cards in front of you on the table. And we're just only using color for now, not the suits and not the numbers. All right. So if you get 3 cards and it goes red on the left, black in the middle, and black on the end, just using colors for now. Red, black, black. That means a fair beginning steadily worsens and turns foul. We can see how that happens. It starts positive and then ends up getting worse and ends up turning foul at the end. All right? So I'm using the weather analogy with you because this helps me to cement it in my head. We have a beautiful morning, and then the afternoon and the evening become dark and cloudy and rainy. If we change it, if the order of the cards changes, and we have black on the left, black in the middle, and red on the right, well then it's light at the end of the tunnel, isn't it? So what starts off, the day starts cloudy and dark in the morning, and in the afternoon we get rays of sunshine coming out in the evening. So that, when I think of it in terms of weather, creates this feeling of things were going badly, negatively, challenges, obstacles, but it's not going to be all that bad in the end. Light at the end of the tunnel. All right, now what happens if we have red on the left, red in the middle, and black at the end? A problem is looming on the horizon. All right, so the morning starts off well, to use our weather analogy. The afternoon is lovely, but there's some clouds rolling in. So this is a warning. Something is coming. All right, a problem, a challenge on the horizon. If it was the other way around, if it was black at the beginning, red in the middle, and red at the end, a problem will be solved and steadily improve. Okay, there's our storm in the morning, and then afternoon and evening are sunny. So a problem will be resolved and it will just get better. The day will get brighter. What happens if we put the black card in the middle? So we have red on the left, red on the right, and black in the middle. A small delay or a problem that will be overcome. So the morning starts well, the evening is looking great, but there's a stormy middle part of the day. So if we think of it in terms of weather, a small delay or a problem, but it will be overcome. Can you see how this works? You don't have to memorize these off by heart. You just have to use an understanding of the energy of the cards, using good and bad, or challenging and the opposite of challenging, hopeful, bright, light, open. You're working with polarities. Okay, what happens if we have two black cards and a red, with the red in the middle? So black on the left, black at the end, and red in the middle. So it's kind of like our morning starts stormy, the nighttime continues to be stormy, but the middle, there's this ray of sunshine that comes through. So it shows a temporary rest from all the challenges, a temporary truce. But don't let your guard down. Appearances can be deceiving. So if this was a weather, for instance, the metaphorical weather, the morning starts off cloudy and rainy. We know there's going to be some sunshine, but don't set up a party just yet. Don't bring the family outside and get ready to tan because more rain is coming. So it helps to use weather as an analogy for this, because if we do, we get the feeling of how this will affect our clients. So a temporary truce or rest in the middle of your problems. But don't let your guard down. Don't plan anything big. Appearances can be deceiving. Maybe there's some more challenges on the way. And then what happens if you have three cards that are red? Red on the left, red on the middle, and red on the right. Well, that's wonderful. It's a perfect day. All is fair and fine. And what happens if you have three black cards? Beset by problems and hardships. All right? The challenges continue. They're still happening. They're not going anywhere. So this is a very, very wonderful opportunity for us to really get a lot of insight into cards just using the two colors, red and black. We haven't even learned any of the cards yet, and we're getting so much information. We're going to now, let's do a little example, should we, of each. So when I first recorded this video yesterday, I used the example of a love relationship question because that's the one that people seem to like asking the most. Still just using the colors. And let's say our client is a young lady and she's asking us about this new relationship that she's in. And she's saying to us, wow, I'm really in love with this guy. I want to see how it's going to pan out over the next 3 months. Cool. Just using colors. If we get red at the beginning, black and black, a fair beginning, but steadily turns, worsens, and fouls. Alright, so what starts well might not progress well. If the red is at the end, on the right side, what maybe starts off as a rocky relationship, maybe some misunderstandings or misinterpretations, miscommunication, we would actually have to look at these cards later, the suits and the numbers, to understand what the challenges are. But there's a light at the end of the tunnel. All right, it's going to be good. It's going to turn out well. What if we have red on the left, red in the middle, and black at the end? Well, it looks like things have been going really well and continue to go well, but there's problem on the horizon. All right, there's challenges coming, there's storm clouds rolling in. If there's black at the beginning of the reading, right on the left there, and then red and red, a problem will be solved and things will steadily improve. So maybe a little bit of a rocky start, some challenges, but it's really going to improve along the way. If there was black in the middle, it means that there is a small delay or a problem, a challenge, but it will be overcome. Starts well, ends well, but some rocky stuff in the middle. And again, we would later, once we understand the suits and the numbers, we would understand more about what, we would give more detail as to what it is that's causing those challenges here in the middle. Okay, and if it was the other way around, if we had a red card in the middle flanked by 2 black cards, well, then we know that there's a temporary truce or rest, but do not let your guard down. Appearances will be deceiving. So the relationship starts with some rocky challenges or some issues. It looks like it's not ending well, but in the middle there's some hope, there's some light. So it's like there's a little bit of relief, but then the old way comes back again and causes the client some kind of stress or concern or worry. If we got only 3 red cards, girl, you're in for a great time. It starts well, it ends well, it's all fair and fine. Go and have some fun. Okay, it's all good. And then those 3 cards later, we'd be able to have more information. But if it's 3 black cards, it's beset by problems and hardships, beginning, middle, and end. This doesn't look like a promising outcome. So that's our lesson for today. It's using the colors and the 8 combinations of those colors in a grouping of 3. So what I would now do if I was you, this is what I'm doing in my studies, is I go and I shuffle the deck and I pull 3 cards and I go, black, red, red. What problems will be solved? Things will steadily improve. And then I pull the next one and I go, red, black, black. A fair beginning steadily worsens and turns foul. And I just keep pulling cards like that. 3, 3, 3. All is fair and fine. I just keep pulling 3, 3, 3 over and over, and I practice over and over using my intuition, using my understanding of the colors, and using the words from the system that I've given you, and the link to the website where the system has been drawn from, copyrighted to an artful anonymous witch, is linked in the description box. So you can go and read the lesson for yourself if you want to and gain more insight into the system. Once you feel comfortable with that, then you can start asking pretend questions. When I teach my tarot courses and workshops online and in person, I often say you're reading for Barney, okay? You're reading for an invisible person. And you say, all right, I'm going to ask about the future of my business. and you get something like this. All right, just using colors still. Oh, goodness me. It looks like your business has a challenging start at the beginning. Maybe it's a slow start, but wow, there's light at the end of the tunnel. Things will go well. Stick in there. Persevere. All right. Let's do one more example on the business question. Oh, okay, other way around. So a fair beginning, but turns worse. Steadily turns foul. So go and practice that. Use some imaginary questions. Go read for an imaginary friend. Ask different contexts of questions, repeating with your 3 cards over and over so that you can learn to answer any question using any combination of colors. All right, that's our lesson for today. Thank you for tuning in. Our next lesson, we will be going into the combinations of the suits, and that is really exciting. Followed by, in this following lesson, the use of numbers. And that will summarize level 1, the Witch of Poor Memory. All right, so go practice, practice, practice. Please be confident on these before you move on to your next lesson. Have a lovely day. Did you know that I provide online readings as well as certified tarot courses you can do at home? Email ryan.solarlion@gmail.com. Thanks for watching.